and I'm still a virgin.
One of the things is girls aren't dumb. You know, they can sense when there's something a little bit weird. So he doesn't think of girls as anything except for this little hole that he can stick his little weenie into, you know? What's going on? Jeffrey Marr here, and today what I wanted to cover was actually this dude named Elliot Rodgers who went on a killing spree in 2014, which left 6 people dead and 14 injured. So this turned out to be quite the massacre, and the interesting thing about this is Elliot Rodger left us a little manifesto. He left us a video named Retribution, pretty much talking about his mindset and the things that he thinks, and just sort of point out a couple mistakes and things that he got wrong and things that don't really make any sense. And yeah, we'll break this down as we go, so let's get into it.
It all has to come to this. Tomorrow is the day of retribution. The day in which I will have my revenge against humanity, against all of you. For the last 8 years of my life, ever since I've hit puberty, I've been forced to endure an existence of loneliness, rejection, and unfulfilled desires, all because girls have never been attracted to me.
So, stopping there, that's his fault. Like, whatever he desires, it's his responsibility to get it. So it's not the girl's fault for not being attracted to him. It's his fault for not being attractive to girls.
Girls gave their affection and sex and love to other men, but never to me. I'm 22 years old and I'm still a virgin. I've never even kissed a girl. I've been through college for 2.5 years, more than that actually, and I'm still a virgin.
One of the things is girls aren't dumb. You know, they can sense when there's something a little bit weird. So he doesn't think of girls as anything except for this little hole that he can stick his little weenie into, you know? He's all confused that, like, why don't they like me? Girls like the other guys, you know? And it's like, well, the other guys don't fucking act like this. They don't sit in their car talking about being the supreme gentleman. He's just not taking any responsibility for kind of the situation that he's in. And if you don't take responsibility, then you're not a real man. And if you're not a real man, you don't get the girls. So he needed to take responsibility for the situation that he found himself in. It's completely his fault that that girls didn't want to sleep with him, you know? He could have made himself attractive. Like, he had money, he was attractive, you know? It was just like he just gave off a weird vibe, and he didn't appreciate the way that the world worked. He didn't sit back and go like, okay, the girls are giving this situation, they're giving their love and their affection, and they're having sex with these other guys. What do they have that I don't? What kind of need are they fulfilling that I'm not fulfilling, you know? That's how he should have went about it, and we saw he went about it in a lot darker way.
It has been very torturous. College is the time when everyone experiences those things such as sex and fun and pleasure. But in those years, I've had to rot in loneliness.
Again, he thinks he deserves something, you know? It's like, oh, college is where you deserve it. And to be honest, like, I went into college too thinking that you were going to be smashing all the time. And yeah, it wasn't like that for me. So maybe, you know, maybe it's just a false dream that we're being sold, you know?
It's not fair. You girls have never been attracted to me. I don't know why you girls aren't attracted to me, but I will punish you all for it. It's an injustice, a crime, because I don't know what you don't see in me. I'm the perfect guy.
He's the perfect guy. He's the perfect guy. Like, what don't they see in him? Well, he's just a little bit fucking weird, you know? That's kind of the thing. Yeah, wait, he does a little giggle too at some point.
And yet you throw yourselves at all these obnoxious men instead of me, the supreme gentleman. I will punish all of you for
it. Like, yeah, he's you know, like, you can tell here he just has zero social skill, and you know, like, he's very, very narcissistic, and so this like combination of stuff that he's going through, incredibly narcissistic, and he's not able to take feedback. If he's trying with these girls and they're not giving him the feedback that he wants, then change yourself, you know? That's what he needs to do, but he didn't do it. He's just like, I'm gonna just kill them.
On the day of retribution, I am going to enter the hottest sorority house of UCSB. And I will slaughter every single spoiled, stuck-up, blonde slut I see inside there.
Those sluts. He actually wasn't able to get in there. He tried and they didn't let him out, so he just shot people up front of it.
All those girls that I've desired so much, they would have all rejected me and looked down upon me as an inferior man if I ever made a sexual advance towards them.
That's the thing. It's like, did he even make a sexual advance towards them? You may have like done some weird shit where you're like, why don't you love me? And they're like, bro, like, what the fuck? I don't even know you. Like, maybe he did that, but like actually making a sexual advance, if you're not doing that, then like, what are you doing crying, you know? He's pretty much saying here, like, he didn't even try. He's just defeating himself before he just like makes this assumption, you know, just because like girls aren't throwing themselves all over him. It's like, bro, like, welcome to the club, you know? Like, no girl fucking just throws themselves all over the dudes. Like, it's a very small minority of dudes who get that.
While they throw themselves at these obnoxious brutes, I'll take great pleasure in slaughtering all of you. You will finally see that I am, in truth, the superior one, the true alpha male.
You can just tell he's just not the true alpha male, you know, but he got caught up probably this weird fucking group of people. Everything's about being an alpha male or like who's beta, who's omega, who's alpha, who's whatever. And if you get caught up in that, you're definitely not the man that like girls want, you know, like obviously you can fake some things. You don't have to be like this ultimate alpha male. Like, other people fuck too, you know, other people have sex with girls too, and they aren't the alpha male. It's just like, if you're interesting and you don't sit there obsessing over girls constantly, you're probably gonna have sex with some of them, you know? But yeah, if you make it like this big important thing, then they're going to be sitting there thinking like, oh, like, I don't want to sleep with this guy because he's going to get obsessed with me. He's gonna be really fucking weird, and I don't have any interest in like going down that road, you know? It's like, oh, like, do I want to go with the dude who's going to forget about me in 2 days? Or do I want to go with the guy who's going to literally stalk me and potentially kill me? It's like, I'll take the guy who's just a dick, you know? That's what they think.
Yes. After I've annihilated every single girl in the sorority house, I'll take to the streets of Isla Vista and slay every single person I see there. All those popular kids who live such lives of hedonistic pleasure while I've had to rot in loneliness for all these years. They've all looked down upon me every time I tried to go out and join them. They've all treated me like a mouse. Well, now...
Like, look at your posture though, bro. You're acting like a mouse. Like, the way he sits is like nice and low and everything like that. Like, you can see it's not like a power pose. He's not power posing his way through this, you know?
I will be a god compared to you. You will all be animals. You are animals. Now,
and so this is where you can see the narcissism and the delusion on this dude. He's like, yeah, I'm going to be a god. You know, just because you shoot a bunch of people, it doesn't make you a god. You know, maybe he's actually he's pretty popular in the incel crew, the incel crowd. But overall, actually being like you know, no one sees him being strong. Like murdering a bunch of people because you can't get laid is like maybe the weakest thing you can do. Like, that makes you the ultimate non-alpha. You know, you're just like you're shit. You know.
I will slaughter you like animals. I'll be a god, exacting my retribution on all those who deserve it. And you do deserve it, just for the crime of living a better life than me. All you popular kids, you've never accepted me, and now you'll all pay for it. And girls...
Yeah, I feel bad. Like, what do you even do about people like this? Say he never actually killed anyone. Like, what part of society, like, can take these people, you know? Like, do you put them down? He hasn't committed a crime, so, like, it's a good thing, like, he went out and he killed himself. If someone has this thought process, like, how do they fit in society? Like, they're not doing anything. They're just like narcissistic. Like, are you supposed to leave them? You know, like Mark Manson says, like, stop dealing with a narcissist. But someone's got to deal with them. Someone has to deal with this situation. So it's like, you're not going to just put them in an insane asylum or anything like that. So I'm not sure what it is that you would do with people that think like this. Like, where do they fit in society? Do you just drug them up? Or that's a big can of worms on its own. It's tough. Like, I don't even know what you do with someone like this. Say they found this video and they put him in jail. It's like, that's not going to solve anything. He's still got this broken brain. Putting him on meds, it's not going to really help anything. So it's kind of just like crazy. Like, it's a weird thing. I don't know if you know any solution for like dealing with these people, you know, like in an actual proper way. Like, you can't just say like, you should just put them down. Like, how's that going to fly with people? And then it's like, do you just give them prostitutes, you know, or like he can buy his own prostitute, but it's like, why can't he just, I don't know, like, do you give him classes or something?
All I've ever wanted was to love you and to be loved by you. I've wanted a girlfriend. I've wanted sex. I've wanted love, affection, adoration. But you think I'm unworthy of it.
Yeah, he is unworthy of it because it's like super, super important to him. And one of the universal laws, if you find something very, very valuable, it's usually going to evade you because you just want it too bad. And there's like this weird imbalance in energies, and like the universe is kind of like, what is this? Let me just pull this away from him, you know? So it's usually kind of, if you get stuff, it's usually just, you just know it's going to come, and then it just comes. You don't sit there and cry about it or hate your life because you don't have a certain thing.
That's a crime that can never be forgiven. If I can't have you, girls, I will destroy you. You denied me a happy life, and in turn, I will deny all of you life. It's only fair.
It's not fair. It's not fair at all.
I hate all of you. Humanity is a disgusting, wretched, depraved species.
He's right. He's right on that one.
If I had it in my power, I would stop at nothing to reduce every single one of you to mountains of skulls and rivers of blood.
So it looks like he's upset because he believes he should be worshipped. He believes he should get all this other stuff, and then the world is just not adapting to that belief. Who would he not kill here? It's like someone who is like, Elliot Rodger, you're the best, you know? He would definitely spare that person, but it's just because he's like a vicious narcissist, right? So yeah, he just seems to be wanting something that is never going to happen, and like it never even, like, you know, it doesn't really happen to anyone. Why does he think he deserves it?
And rightfully so. You deserve to be annihilated. And I will give that to you. You never showed me any mercy, and so I will show you none. You forced me to suffer all my life, and now I'll make you all suffer. I've waited a long time for this. I'll give you exactly what you deserve, all of you. All you girls who rejected me and looked down upon me and, you know, treated me like scum while you gave yourselves to other men. And all of you men for living a better life than me. All of you sexually active men, I hate you.
It's not all it's cracked up to be honest. Like, it's not that great.
I hate all of you. I can't wait to give you exactly what you deserve. Utter annihilation.
So he like the people he's talking about, it's pretty crazy. Hang on, let me just go through these 4 seconds here.
I am.
So yeah. Yeah, so you can see here, this guy's crazy, and he went on to go kill some people. But yeah, the main issue here is he believes he is deserving of something that he's not, and he's trying to make the world adapt to how he believes it is, rather than just adapting to the world. Like, oh, girls don't like me? Did you try all of them? You know, like maybe someone would have, you know, like he's also seems like a narcissist. He seems to want these girls who maybe they're like sorority chicks and they're into jocks and stuff, and he's just like a kind of feeble little dude, right? So it doesn't really make any sense, like what he wants. He doesn't seem to have a plan. Like, what was his plan of action before this, you know? He didn't seem to have anything. So yeah, this is just like the mindset of, this is just, you can see a little bit of a delve into how wrong this guy's mindset is, you know? He doesn't really have this is the way things should be specifically, you know? He's just like, the girls don't like me. It's like, well, how many girls did you try? Maybe this type of girl doesn't like you, but maybe this one does, you know? And also, he should be less outcome dependent. It shouldn't be such a big deal to him. And if it was such a big deal to him, he should have just paid for a prostitute and just got it out of the way, you know? And then you'll realize, like, oh, it's actually not that cool, you know? It's just whatever. Like, yeah, I wish I was celibate for 22 years. Could have saved a lot of time instead of like chasing these girls, you know? Yeah, I guess he put too much energy into like, he needed this to happen. If you're needy, it's disgusting. And like a girl knows, like, hey, I can sleep with this guy, or I can not sleep with this guy and I'll sleep with someone who's not going to be like this big weight on my shoulders because this guy's going to get obsessive, right? So that's a little bit of the mindset of this guy. If you like this video, he does have a 100+ page thing breaking down his life. If there's interest for it, I can make I can break down some of like his weird beliefs in there that don't really make any sense. But overall, it's like, if you were to ask him, how many girls did you go up and talk to per day or per week or something like that, you know, the answer is probably none. Probably easier for him to just go kill a bunch of people than it was to just like face the rejection like a man. So in that sense, where he's talking about being the absolute alpha, he was the opposite of an alpha by doing this, you know? So that's a little bit of a breakdown of our boy Elliot Rodger. Let me know what you think about this. And if you want to talk about like social skills and mindsets and mental models and things like that, you can book a call, the link in the bio, and we can chat about it. So outside of that, I hope you have a great day. Remember to not be like this guy and think things through the proper way. Take care.